promised that if I woke up, I would go live and let you know that I'm okay. It's hard to talk because, that tube was in me a really long time. The procedure went over at least 3 hours. I'm literally just waking up from anesthesia. Apparently, I woke up at the hospital, but I don't remember it. I was so groggy and wobbly. I don't even know how I got in the car to get here. Or got dressed. I don't remember anything. I guess what they say is true. I'm in a lot of pain, but I've had pain in my life, because I got pancreatitis from the Keytruda, and I broke my back and my knee, so those were worse. So far, I haven't been given anything for pain. Oh, my throat's very sore, but I think that's just the tube, and that will go away, especially when swallowing. They did give me a half a Percocet when I woke up. Like, I don't, they go, you're in pain. I'm like, yeah, so, but they know always to give me half as much as everybody else. So I do have a half of that. If things get bad, and I could probably ask for it. See, the thing is, if you know my story with anxiety and bad reactions, lots of allergies, I haven't taken anything for pain, like ever. And Tylenol doesn't really work. But anyway, I don't think this is the worst pain I've ever had. Obviously, it's just the pain I have now, and it just feels like when I take a deep breath, it kind of burns. Like, those could be the drugs. I've got to do this. It's really important that I get the numbers here every hour to man. Well, I haven't done it every hour because I've been asleep literally from 7 a.m. until almost 4 p.m. But I'll start doing that now. They measure you before, and you got to make sure you get there. I didn't get the pneumothorax, which was good. Got that at the lung biopsy. But there's a lot of pain when inhaling. Like my chest feels like an elephant is sitting on it. I can't even imagine people that have major thoracic surgery or open heart surgery. They must knock you guys out completely. It's pretty painful. And it hurts in my left lower lobe where the tumors are. So he ablated with, it's called, I really encourage you, just because, guys, one day you're going to know somebody with cancer. And for people with advanced cancer, even if it's not lung, maybe they don't want to do the standard of care, chemo, surgery, radiation, but they want to do something, to either get rid of or shrink the tumors. It's pretty non-invasive and non-toxic. So I really encourage you to please watch the video from January 10th with Dr. Justin Thomas and share it with everybody you know. His phone's been ringing off the hook. Because it's pretty cool if it works. And again, it doesn't always work. Sometimes it has to be repeated. But the evidence is that it's pretty compelling that it can work. But unfortunately, I'm like just removing a lung. Sorry, falling asleep on my own live. Almost in 3 months, and it would be really cool if your prayers worked for this, which they did, because I had a lot of people praying for me. Then maybe that means in 3 months I'll have a positive outcome, and Dr. Thomas will come back on the show and share it with you in a really technical and meaningful way using, PowerPoint and stuff, so you can kind of see what's going on. So I do have to say, and I know not everyone watches every video, while I totally appreciate the love and support, especially now in this much pain, I'm not going to be able to answer everybody. And the truth is, ever since I came out with my cancer in, I believe it was October or November 2024, I just stopped answering emails altogether. I have a team. I hired a virtual assistant who I'm at her house right now. Lovely. Her name is Linda Lander. I call her Dr. Linda Lander. I've known her for years. Dear friend, the real deal. And she's a 20-hour a week employee. So we do our best to. She definitely reads every email that comes in and shares it with me in our weekly team meeting and forwards me a lot. But if I had to answer every email, every direct message, I I'd never get anything done. So, and I don't want to live my life, especially as a person with cancer, doing the thing I hate the most. No offense to people that love it, which is being on social media. If you subscribe to my newsletter, help at chefaj.com, and I hope you will, because I'm told I'm pretty funny and a good writer, and I've been sharing my cancer story and now my story of adopting two dogs and how goofy they are every Sunday. You could not get any of the other emails and just read some of those. Um, it's just easier than me saying to answer "How are you" to everybody. And again, I don't mean to be like rude. It's just the reason "How are you" is hard is just it's a complicated question. There's a lot of variables: mentally, physical, spiritually, emotionally. Right now, how am I physically? A lot of pain, but not the worst pain. Happy to be over. I just don't love anesthesia. I mean, I know Michael Jackson did, and I don't mean that as a dig. I mean, he had his own concierge anesthesiologist, but I don't like the feeling of being drugged. That's why I never took pain meds. That's why I never drank alcohol. Not a judgment. I don't like altered states. Never tried recreational drugs like cocaine. I did unbeknowingly try pot once. It wasn't my fault. My sister had baked chocolate chip cookies. I thought they were cookies. I ate them. I remember I gave one to my dog. Not that I would ever give my dog pot knowingly. His name was Lucky. Wasn't so lucky that day. Kind of funny story though. Shouldn't have been giving him chocolate. But I remember he ate the cookie. He just kept walking around in a circle and then fell down. Not like collapsed, like unconscious. And I ended up having that cookie before going bowling. And I bowled almost a perfect game because I couldn't see straight. Kind of like when I was on ivermectin, everything was blurry. So bowling was really easy. Also, and I appreciate the comments, but I can't. I can't. Not like I'm some great like superstar, but I want my life to, the rest of my life to be the best of my life because I really do appreciate that. Nobody knows how much time they have left, but hey, I've gotten 4 years so far, and I've kind of wasted them being anxious all the time. And for what? I did the thing that I'm most anxious of. And whatever that is for you, yeah, I mean, I jumping out of a plane, I don't know why anybody has to do that. But things really have to change with my mental health, and I've been working really hard um, on the anxiety. But those of you that have it know it's not just like a quick fix, and even just taking meds and I don't want to because I don't like the feeling of drugs, may make me less um, what's the word? Um, have some less symptoms, but I'm not going to live my life and enjoy it, just like I'm not going to enjoy it if I have to answer every email, direct message, which I've never answered those ever. Like since the beginning of time on social media, there's an autoresponder that says I don't see them because I really don't. So if you really want to get a hold of me, I swear, help at chefaj.com. That is the best way to be seen. If you're a personal friend, text, but right now, the amount of messages, direct messages, texts, and emails are in like the thousands. So I don't think I can answer, but that doesn't mean I don't appreciate. Ugh. I don't know, like, if I'll ever want to have anesthesia again, general, but I can tell you I'm not afraid of the injectable drugs now. The tube is a yuck. That hurts. But I was even afraid of that, like, for my whole life, other than The one time I had to have emergency surgery at the age of 43 when a baby died inside of me, 4 months, I didn't have a choice. And they sedated me so fast because but this anesthesiologist, guys, oh my God, I don't think he'll watch my stuff, but Dr. Michael Kessler, or anybody that knows Dr. Michael Kessler, this is a unicorn. When in the history of medicine have you gotten your cell phone number of an anesthesiologist a month before surgery where you can talk to him and text him every day? He wanted to wait to come on my show until after, which makes sense because if he killed me, it wouldn't have been a great show. I don't think of myself as any big deal, honestly, other than I got a nice channel, but I mean, I wouldn't want to be the one to kill Chef AJ. Don't don't make me laugh. My improv class is in 8 minutes. I'm probably silly enough to go, but I don't think I can. I'll check in and say hey to the teacher. I love Patrick Bristow. I don't think it's the drugs talking. I love so many people now. Uh, it's like I just even if you don't ever become spiritual or religious, something happens when you get diagnosed with a terminal illness. When you look at things differently, the things you look at change. And I got to do better in life. And by better, I don't mean eating a better diet, because I'm going to be honest. If you watch that SOS free episode, I am not a perfect plant eater. I was Goldhammer perfect. But with my myriad medical conditions and a non working pancreas, I haven't been able to eat a single fruit or vegetable for a long time. I can do bananas. That's about it. And I can't do the fats. So, can't be. I love Dr. Furman, but can't do his plan. Can't do beans. Can't do any vegetables. Can't do Dr. Goldman. I've tried all of them. Honestly, I tried the smoothies. I tried the juicing. We're talking 4 years now, right? I tried water fasting 5 times, and all that did was got me down to 97 pounds. By the way, my weight's up about maybe almost 10 pounds. Some days I'm 107. I kind of hover around 105, but realize when your pancreas doesn't work, you're hungry all the time, so I eat like a pig. I can't absorb my food. So I'm finally agreeing to go on the non-vegan, the pig enzymes, but then I got a shock that my insurance doesn't pay, and I don't have Medicare Part D. I know people are trying to help me, and the it has to be something called Creon or a lesser one, Zenpep. Doctors don't want me to get it from Mexico. They think it's too risky, so I'm just going to have to, if it works. But by the way, I'm low in a week. I haven't started it because I did want to start it until after the surgery. If it works, I'll know in a week, and then I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and pay, $600 for Zenpep, $1,000 for Creon, for like 12 months. But hey, I was paying $3,000 a month for my health insurance before Medicare, so oh well. I don't live an extravagant lifestyle. I don't like to go anywhere. However, I am going to, I kind of got not jinxed, but worried. I hope this isn't so boring to you. I think I'm talking a lot because I'm still drugged, but Dr. Scott Stoll came on my show on Monday and did announce that I'm getting the Luminary Award at the Plantrician, or now called the Power of the Plate Conference, May 17th. I hope you'll come and meet me in person. I really don't like online. I like meeting people in person, which is why I'm so excited to host the Plant Powered Party again. I really respect the producer, Benji Kurtz, because, I know people want to be politically correct and not rude, but he's the first person that never pussyfooted around when I asked the host, and he said, well, what happens if you die? And I appreciate that. And it's covered. We got a hilarious, funny vegan to cover for me, but I didn't die from that. I don't think I'm going to die by September, right? Because I got a really funny thing prepared. And it's funny because when I have something to look forward to, it helps me go on. I think they call it, Dan Blutner in the Blue Zones calls it, I'm going to have to get off soon because the pain's really bad. The icky guy. And I don't want to waste my half a Percocet, which, it's going to make me constipated. I'm already constipated from the pancreatitis. Did you know there's such a thing as overflow diarrhea? That I had diarrhea for 10 months on chemotherapy, and the whole time I was constipated. The only thing that fixed it, none of the drugs, none of the Miralax, Colace, Magsit, was a colonic. Go figure. So come see me in person at Plantrician, but even more so if you like to have fun Vegas. We have Patrick Bristow, a fine Hollywood actor. You can IMDb him, who was a groundling directing a lot of famous groundlings. If you're not in the improv space, you may not have heard of him, but most people have heard of Danielle Gaither because she was on Mad TV and she's adorable and hilarious, beautiful. It's her birthday that weekend. I'm glad my brain still works. So what can I tell you? I think prayer does work. Like I said, I'm religion fluid. I have not landed on a religion. I know I'm not an atheist. I've landed on. I'm pretty convinced because when after I went live, a lovely chaplain named Deborah came and helped. See, just like little things, doctors, if you're watching, I have not had the best experience with like how many doctors have I seen just in the last year? Like 28. And it's not, you can't paint everybody with the same brush and say all Stanford doctors are this or all doctors are this. But Dr. Clapper always talks about what's missing in medicine. And what's missing in medicine is what's missing in humanity, which is kindness. People are so mean on social media. That's why, I stopped checking comments in 2019. When there's a really nice one, they tell me. I don't see the bad ones. Not only have I had non-vegan channels go after me, mainly for how bad I look and how thin I am, which isn't my fault because I have cancer. And, but like if any of you are Jewish, you've probably heard of this thing called a Guten Neshama. And my interventional pulmonologist isn't Jewish. I don't think so because he's Irish, probably with fair skin and red hair. But like a little thing, like just holding your hand, like when they're doing something to you, like little things like that mean more to me than when you spout off the surveys and the science. And I know doctors obviously can't do that virtually, although Dr. Sultana does. You want a great vegan doctor. I know it's more expensive if you have insurance, but it's not that expensive to go see Dr. Peter Sultana at True North. He has virtually held my hand. He's probably not going to watch this. I wish that these guys could know how much they mean to me. Dr. Peter Sultana, the minute I was diagnosed in April of 2024, and remember I've been knowing this since August 2023. So since August 2022, I've made a virtual appointment with him for $95, anywhere from monthly to twice a week to weekly, depending on what's going on. And this is a really, really smart doctor, especially with complex cases and for people that are having trouble or that are plant-based. This guy is so sweet and so smart and so kind. And like I said, the anesthesiologist came and held my hand when he was shooting me up. I mean, how many drug dealers hold your hand when they're shooting you up? And just take a break. Dr. Thomas. I mean, it's not like they held my hand for an hour, but just little things like that, but done sincerely, not like are just like everything. And so the chaplain came. So if any of you guys have, medical trauma and medical phobia like me, listen, all the trauma, I'm a fan of trauma therapy, and I did it for years, and I'm still looking for a trauma therapist because mine is unfortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately for her, but she's having a baby, and she's going to be gone a long time, at least 4 months, and then I don't know if I'll be selected as an ongoing patient because I'm not suicidal. So shit, they take the worst ones first. But I did all the EMDR and I did every single thing you guys have asked or suggested. But for the kind of medical trauma I had, it didn't touch it. The only thing that worked is doing the thing that I was afraid of. Um, but what I want to say is, even if you're not religious or spiritual, you got to be checking into this hospital resource if you're going, in my opinion, for treatment. They're called chaplains. They don't ever have to talk to God about God or anything. It's up to you if you want them to say, Baruch Hashem or Jesus, because they got them all different religions, but you got to take who's on the shift. And every time I went in for my chemotherapy, especially since my service dog died and I had to do it myself, I would request one. They would meet me at the desk. They would stay with me, and like, especially if you don't have anybody. It's not that I didn't have anybody, but it's long. It just, I don't want Charles to see me like this, and it's a good thing he never. don't make don't make me laugh. He never watches my stuff, so I can say whatever the heck I want about him. But it's just very comforting. These people, they're called chaplains, and I've been trying to get one on the show. It doesn't matter if they're Stanford or Sutter. They're genuinely a group of the kindest humans in the world. And the thing is even if you're not going to be okay, I don't know about you, I'd just rather hear it. And they just know what to say. So I'm Jewish, right? I haven't been inside a synagogue. Oh gosh, when did my mom die? 2023. I'm a terrible Jew. I'm ethnically Jewish. I like the people. I like the food. We're loud. We're funny. I think we're kind. We're generous. But there's no Jews in Roseville, So I haven't been able to find a rabbi up here. But the rabbi was on today. I hear her name is Rabbi Adina. And I hear she came and gave me all kinds of blessings and a Misha Berach and a Refuah Shlema. But I don't remember anything from 7 a.m. till 3:30 p.m. I might not even remember this. So I'm really happy that I got through this because I was, as they say, a nervous wreck for a long time. So I really want to speak to the people, not just with chronic illnesses, because if you do, Matt Letterman, Peter Sultana, to me, these are the comforts in the plant-based world and in the world. Because I think your mental health, your mental state can affect a lot what's going on down there. Lisa Hubler, another one, the hypnotherapist I've been seeing, she makes these tapes for you based on you, and she's as powerful as fentanyl and propanol or whatever they call it. Because man, I listened to her tape and I'm out like a light. I did not sleep at all last night. I went to bed at 10 o'clock because I knew I had to get up at 4. I slept till 12. And then from 12 to 4, I just laid there worried that I wasn't going to hear, the phone when the Lyft driver came. But, yeah, take care of yourself. And it's, again, not going against my heroes, Dr. McDougall and Dr. Clapper. Of course, it's the food. But it's not just the food. Tweaking your diet to dietary perfection isn't what's going to make you happy, whole, and complete. It's dealing with yourself as a whole person. And right now, the only people I know that do that in the plant-based space, or even in any space, is Dr. Matt Letterman. And again, when I say only do that, the people that you can hire as your doctor, because there's a lot of people that have been talking about this for years. If Dr. Dean Ornish is watching, oh God, Dr. Ornish, I'm so intimidated by Dr. Ornish of all the people in the plant-based world. To me, he's like, when people say, "Oh, Chef AJ," I am so not a big deal. At times I'm unkind. I'm so imperfect. I'm impatient. I'm extremely flawed. I'm not a perfect vegan. I'm vegan until I start taking the pancreatic enzymes, and then I'm, what do we call me? A vegan with an exception. As long as we're confessing, I ate bread that had egg white in it because I was really, really hungry. And it, if I don't eat bread, I wither away because that's one of the only things I can eat. And I had got a sub at Jersey Mike's, and I don't understand if any bread people are out there watching why you can't make gluten-free bread vegan, or some of you can, like gluten off, really expensive, but I didn't have any with me because I wasn't there. That's my big ask. And I know there's pacha, but I need like bread and a lot of bread. So if you're in the desert, go to Native Foods. She had a delicious gluten-free buckwheat bread. See, this is the other thing, and who knows? I may regret this because I don't know if fentanyl is truth serum, but I just can't hide. I can't lie anymore. I eat what some people would consider crap. I eat things that are not Gold Hammer approved. Now, I don't eat like the worst of the worst fried food or chocolate cake, but I was craving Rice Krispie sweets, and they are vegan marshmallows. They have sugar. I made with them. No, no butter, no oil. Can't anyway because of the pancreas. But I do find that things sweetened with sugar instead of dates, they are too sweet for me even now. But I don't sweat the small stuff. If the sushi ginger has sugar in it, if if an accent of a peppermint candy on my vanilla ice cream has sugar, I I can't do it anymore. It'll make you crazy. Very few people can do dietary perfection, and very few people are really honest about it because everybody makes exceptions. They just maybe lie to themselves about it or think that they're not exceptions when they're having things that aren't gold hammer perfect, like the nutritional yeast and the date syrup and the coffee, the even decaffeinated, and the alcohol and the blah, blah, blah. But, you do you, but let me do me, and please don't judge me. Um, yeah, you can judge me if you want, because I'm not reading the comments. But if you had a question, this would be the time to answer because I think this is truth serum. I think I'm talking too long because I was going to try to do one on Instagram, but I think I gotta um, take a break. But I did want to say, Dr. Dean Ornish, if anybody, well, I could send it to him, but I want to make him. He early on, and Ocean Robbins. I mean, this is the thing. We have good people in the plant-based world. Dr. Joel Furman has helped me. Dr. Michael Clapper. I mean, I know I'm probably going to be missing names, but Dean Ornish sent me an email, and so did Ocean Robbins, that I will treasure forever because they're super smart guys and super popular. And I struggled for about a year and a half and hid my cancer diagnosis because I didn't want to hurt veganism. Because people were going to say, and they did say, and they might still be saying, well, she did everything right. She was vegan for 48 years and she still got cancer. But I didn't get cancer because of my diet. I got cancer for, we don't know. Could have been those crappy apartments in LA. It could have been, my family history where pretty much everybody but my mom that died, and many died young, cancer, brother, uncle, father, grandfather, no lung. Who knows? And I don't even think asking why is useful. I mean, unless it's a direct link. So, like, obviously, if you smoke and you get lung cancer, that would be an important question. Did I get the kind caused by smoking? I didn't. And maybe quit smoking. But, some people can't. And I have to stop being such a bitch. I mean, I'm not a bitch to most people, but I think of myself as a bitch because whenever I'm unkind, even when I'm judging somebody in my head, and I do that far less now because when I see people with habits that I don't have, maybe they really are really, 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 really overweight. I might have judged them saying, not saying, I don't say it, but think it. Or if they smoke or, whatever, vape or pot or what, drink. I've had judgments about them because of possibly the way I was brought up. And sometimes other people do. And if anybody says anything about it now, I say, well, they don't have cancer. Well, they probably don't. I don't know. And they seem pretty happy to me. So I guess what I'm saying, if what you're doing, it may be hurting you, I don't know. But if what you're doing isn't hurting anybody else, like obviously if you drink and get behind the wheel, that's hurting somebody else. But if you stay home and engage in a less than stellar habit, And, that's your choice. There's people that can sometimes help you, but you will get no judgment from me. And if I do, I want you to call me out on it, seriously, because I was one of those judgmental vegans. And partly it was driven in compassion, because I do love animals and it breaks my heart that people eat them. But it's ironic. And it's kind of interesting that I spent my life trying to save animals, and now an animal is going to be giving its life to save me, assuming the pancreatic enzymes work. So there you have it. Confessions of a vegan pastry chef. I'm tired of pretending to be somebody I'm not and do things I don't want to do for clicks, likes, and view. I don't care. My acting teacher, Joan Darling, who you can find 2 episodes of on this channel, always said that 50% of the people are going to like you no matter what you do, and the other 50% aren't. So wouldn't it be better to just be yourself and have the people that would have liked you for you like you? I know people that you guys love and admire, and I know them behind the scenes, and they're not what you see on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. Not all of them. Let's talk Dr. Will B for a second. Oh my God. Sheesh. That guy is the real deal. And I'm not saying everybody is, but live your life off the screen. I know it's hard. It's addictive. There's ways you can limit. There's these bricks. There's this thing you can get. And Sharon McRae, if you're listening, I don't care what you say and the excuses you give. Oh, but I have to follow this person. If you're online, your phone will tell you. Obviously, today is unusual because I'm streaming. But I would say if you're online more than about 30 minutes a day on all the total social, you're not living your life. Read the book Dopamine Nation. Find out what it's doing to your brain. It's an escape. And I guess in some ways it's good for anxiety. But you don't have to be on social media to be on your phone if you have anxiety. Do what I do. I'm in a Wordle group. It's closed now. It's a vegan Wordle group. You can't take any more people ever since I announced it on the live with Chuck Carroll. But there's other fun ways to be on your phone that you don't have to be doing this. And there's other ways to make money. And for those of you that are trying to get started in vegan businesses, my husband, Charles, we've been teaching vegans for years to be successful, and he takes on a few private clients. And people think it's the size of your Instagram that make you money and successful. And you can talk to a lot of the successful ones right now, and they'll tell you it's the size of your mailing list. That's the golden ticket. Free piece of Chef AJ advice here. And I do want to ask one more thing. My good friend, dear friend Chuck Carroll, he's going through a lot too, different, but he's been suffering for 3 years with a mystery GI kind of thing. Well, he's having his big surgery Friday, I believe, at the Mayo Clinic. I don't know what time it is, so let's give lots of prayers to Chuck. I'm not aware of any other current vegans that are struggling right now, but if you are, we can make a vegan prayer list and all support each other. Let's just forget all the politics and let's unite as vegans, as stewards of the earth, whether you're vegan for the animals or vegan for the environment or vegan for your health or all 3. Let's forget who we voted for once, twice, and 3 times. And let's, as Rodney King said, let's just all get along. Let's get above this and do the work that really matters. And let's stop thinking and caring what other people think about you. Because all you being people that even, this is the thing I don't get. I get when a vegan hate channel makes a video about me, but it's unbelievable how many people and it's funny because the YouTube advisor said, isn't it interesting that it's never the people with 250,000 followers like you or more that are making these videos about me and speculating what's wrong with my mental health and why I have lung cancer, but that shit's got to stop. And you need to you need to, unless you're just a mean person, you just need to stop following those people that make the hate videos about me or anybody. So, in the immortal words of Rodney King, can't we all just get along and be kind? It's all it's all that I want. I want you to take care of yourself. I want you to live a life on purpose, a meaningful life. I want you to stop doing the things you hate with people you hate because it's the right thing to do, because it looks good, because you feel you can't get out. Don't wait until you're under the threat of a surgeon's knife or get cancer to make these changes. I'm telling you, this is not like a dramatic, like, oh, she's so dramatic. This is the truth. The only time you have is now. And next time you're doom scrolling, ask yourself, is this how I want my last 30 minutes of life to be? Spend it with the people you love. And if you don't have people you love, join a meetup group, start a meetup group, and find a way to get people you love. And if you think you're unlovable, then work with somebody like a Dr. Matt Letterman or Alyssa Rankin or a Louise Hay. There's people out there to realize that you are lovable and that maybe things happen to you. I know there's a lot of people in the vegan space that don't believe in trauma and stuff. So find the ones that do. If that's what you have and you feel that's what's causing you. Dr. Jen Hawks, shout out. I got a new puppy in case you're watching. I wish I could put this on Instagram. It's so hard to do things twice. And I do want to thank also, he'll never watch, but Dr. Doug Lyle, even though we don't see eye to eye because he has different views of the world and, God and religion, he has helped me tremendously in my life to get to a place with my anxiety where I could even, I mean, he don't ever say trauma to Doug, really, but to get to a point where I could do some of this deeper work because I was always afraid of it. He's just helped me so much as a friend and a human. And the same for Dr. Alan Goldhammer. I'm so lucky to be me that when I had this happen that I could reach out to people like Dr. Dean Ornish and Ocean Robbins and ask their opinion. And they could send me beautiful emails, and Dr. Scott Stoll and Dr. Brooke Goldner and Dr. Nikki Davis. And I know it's like the Oscars. I know I'm going to forget people. Deepa, the dietitian. Anyway, chest hurts. Need to stop talking. If you found anything valuable in what I said, put it in the chat because I'm not going to remember a darn thing that I said. But do know that I appreciate you watching. How could I get to 250,000 subscribers? That wasn't really a dream of mine. My dream, those of you that know me, was to be a comedian, and pastry chef was the funnest thing I could think of when I didn't make it. But I'm thinking of trying again. I really am. I've been scared of that too because, nobody likes rejection. They say that public speaking, whether it's in comedy or is the number one fear. But now that I've kind of pretty much faced my number one fear, general anesthesia and sedation, maybe I could get out there again and see what happens. I see people on Instagram, for the few minutes I'm on, like 90s comedians. So remember Barbara Scher? She said it's only too late if you don't start now. Guys, please start now. Make me one promise. Don't die with your music in you. You have gifts and talents that are unlike anybody else. And if you would get off the social media and stop comparing yourself to the person that's prettier and thinner, because you know what? As pretty and as thin as the prettiest thin person is, there's always somebody else that's prettier and thinner and smarter and more talented. Get off social. Do it for a day. Do it for a week. Let's do a fast and just get off it for a month and start figuring out who you are. You have your own unique gifts and talents. But as long as you're comparing yourself to somebody else, they're never going to manifest in a way that's truly meaningful. Better to be a first class you than a second class somebody else. See, I'm an old Jewish woman now. I have wisdom. I don't want to watch this when it's over because I know these are the drugs. I'm wondering if the team is like saying, you shouldn't have said that. Don't tell people what you really eat. But why should I have to hide it? Why should I be shamed and feel bad because I eat a sandwich with gluten-free bread that has a little oil? Especially when I can't eat hardly anything else. I will say thank God for sandwiches. I avoided them for 12 years thinking bread was evil. If it was evil, then look at all the people having success on the regular McDougall program. And of course, it's really hurting now. Shout out to Dr. John McDougall. Oh my God, love that man. I was actually like hoping, this is silly, but I thought, well, if you die, do you know you're dead, first of all? But I was hoping, and I made a little prayer, that if I did die, he would meet me instead of my family. My dogs and Dr. McDougall. He helped me so much the last year of his life, and love his family, Heather and Mary. I hope I'm not forgetting somebody that has been so kind to me. Um, but yeah, the point is, people eat bread and don't have cancer, and they don't have other diseases. If dietary perfection is working for you, do it. But I got to tell you, everybody that seems to come into my Chef AJ community, and if you want one, join now, because I'll make a promise now. I will be real and transparent. And when I say you can ask me anything, not so much I don't want to keep doing this on YouTube, but in my community, I mean anything. I'll tell you how many times I poop. I'll tell you that, that what I am on the Bristol stool chart. I mean, anything short of actually like pooping, I think they would probably flag that anyway. I did ask for my procedure to be live streamed or recorded. The hospital said no, but the thing is, apparently my procedure was a party because it was the first of the day and they had all these people from all over the world coming for training. So, and I never got to meet them. I hope that I get a little appetite tonight because I'm having pho. Pho. I say pho. It's spelled pho. We should pronounce it pho. Pho doesn't sound right to me. Do you guys ever get an earworm? I know people are thinking this lady is crazy, but I got an earworm with the song. I hope I don't get a copyright strike. Ho, 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 ha, 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 and a couple of la-di-das. Now we all are something or other in the merry old land of Oz. This is my last appeal for Vegas. It is the best conference, short of the McDougall years, that I've ever been at. I know you don't know Benji Kurtz, but he knows what he's doing. 500 people came. It sold out. It was the funnest. And the people coming this year are unbelievable. We've got the most inspiring Dr. Dawn Salem. This makes me look fat, doesn't it? It's a scarf there. I'm not. We've got, Chuck Harrell's coming for the first time. Dr. Will B's coming back. Dr. Furman's coming back. And Dr. Furman, yeah, he's a great doctor, whatever. But he's also a great singer, a great dancer, and a great comedian. This is unlike any conference. The medical stuff is there, and you could watch it virtually, but you gotta come in person. That leads back to the song, because if The Wizard of Oz is still playing at the Sphere, I've been on Broadway, I've been on cruise ships, it is the greatest visual experience, the Sphere, that I've ever encountered. Maybe the Grateful Dead will be there in September, you don't know. It is epic, I mean, hey, I can't promise this without talking to the producer, but go to Vegas during the conference weekend and maybe we could, just eat the meals. I mean, we'd have to have some tight security because it's not fair to sneak into conferences. People do that with old name tags. We change them every year. So I really do have to stop now. Chest hurts, throat hurts. And that's that. If you learn anything, let me know what you learned so that I can remember it myself. Because I have a feeling when I wake up for good, it's going to be like Bobby Ewing stepping into the shower in the last season of Dallas. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream. So live yours now. And even if you don't believe in God, God